So you're a qualified contractor, right? Hey there. How you doing? So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is John Schenk, and I'm the founder and managing broker of Deerwood Realty here in St. Louis, Missouri. Got a story for you today. Seems like a contractor might have gone a little haywire or something to that effect. Whatever happened, it's not so great. Wanted to mention that I got another subscriber yesterday. I'm up to 6. So my goals have been achieved. I just wanted one follower, and now I have it. So let's go into the transition here and take a look. So let's do this. And here we go. The headline, House Left Destroyed, Puzzles, Worries, Northeast Side Neighbors. Now, this is in San Antonio, so we've been kind of stuck up north for a while. Now we're coming down to Texas, and it says here, nice house online, value estimated at $300,000. And I don't know if you can see that that picture there, but that's one of them. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can read it and believe it for yourself. It's really quite something. So, from San Antonio, at first, neighbors in the Pheasant Ridge subdivision said they thought the 2-story vacant house in the 5300 block of Stormy Skies was being remodeled, until Louis Montenegro, who lives next door, saw a man on the roof with a chainsaw. Something was just off about the remodel they were doing. They were claiming to do, at least. Neighbors said eventually the roof was mostly gone, so was the siding, the windows, along with practically everything else over several days.
They completely ripped up our house!
They sure as hell did, didn't they? They really ripped the guts out of it.
Timothy Davis, who lives nearby, said, you'd think a tornado came through and set down on that house, then went back up. There was no other damage around it, he said. The neighbors are worried that there's going to be curiosity seekers or children in the neighborhood out of school for the summer going through the house, and something could happen. Maybe the house falls on them or something like that. So obviously a reason to be worried. Montenegro, the neighbor, said he approached a man who was taking photos of the house as if he was assessing the damage. And then, quotes, he said he was a contractor and he was going to be the one working here on the house. And then later on it says, however, a code enforcement officer at the house Tuesday posted a stop work order that's issued when there's no permit for the work being done. So according to the city, the work is being done without a permit. Okay, so KSAT 12 News has learned that the house at one time was involved in a lawsuit that led to an eviction and a foreclosure. So there's an insinuation here that maybe there's some foul play. So I have questions. So what in the world did you have you ever heard of such a thing? You're in a nice neighborhood, just minding your own business. People next door, you see a guy with a chainsaw on the roof, and he starts cutting it down, and everything's fine, and then all of a sudden, 3 or 4 days later, there's nothing left of the house, and no one bought it, and you didn't, there's no sign in the yard, so now we have this house. It's just a wreck in the neighborhood. So the man on the roof with a chainsaw, was that, if you're a neighbor, was that the moment you thought that, hey, maybe something might be wrong here? Somebody somebody may not be qualified to be doing the work. Since it was an abandoned house, I mean, I don't know. When you have a fix and flip or something like that in St. Louis, you'll see a dumpster out front. And you'll see a lot of work being done. Normally, they try to keep it kind of quiet, and if it's really, really good contractors, they'll actually have permits outside on the windows. So, I would say there's your first clue after the man with a chainsaw on the roof that things weren't being done up to code. So that's that. And then the code enforcement putting a stop work order on the house. So now everything's fine. I mean, can you imagine? You're sitting there. You're part of a neighborhood. You take care of your house. You cut the grass. And now a neighbor, well, someone has decided to destroy a house next to you. I just don't know what I would do. And calling the code enforcement, I guess, I mean, the stop work order now seems a little bit late. And then finally it says the spokesperson says if no permit was being pulled, they will issue a citation. Now that's what I'm trying to figure out. So who are you going to cite? If it's a foreclosure and eviction, who are you going to cite? I don't know. What do you think? I do know that no one has called the podcast call-in line number, 314-274-3964. That's 314-274-3964. I haven't got an email yet. We're 3 days in. I think we've got at least 10 views from yesterday's podcast. So, hey, it'd be good to get this thing moving forward if you had a story. I don't even, is it true? Is it real? I mean, that story does look true and real, and that looks like a real problem for those people. But we don't know. Maybe like in Kirkwood, you have homes ripped down and put back up to make mansions, and everybody's happy, and you just go on down the road. I wouldn't say everybody's happy, but that's probably for another show. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that to you. It's almost a what would you do? I mean, like, and what could you do? It's not your property, but in a way, like, we don't seem to be treating each other very well in our neighborhoods. And like, let's get to it. Let's get a little better with this. If you're angry with your neighbor, if your neighbor's having issues and moves out, probably not the greatest thing in the world to chainsaw down the house. So we got dumpsters, turkeys murdered, and now a house that's just been destroyed and no one knows anything about it. Have a good evening or a good day or wherever you are, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.